So we're getting closer to the what now?
We're getting close to the harvest season, and you know what that time is.
Oh yes, that's a great time of the year for some great beer. So if you're looking for a great German Octoberfest and one that will surely make you look like a connoisseur, then join us on this tasting. My name is Eddie and
This is Ben's.
And it is our passion to help you find that perfect beer you're looking for. Whether you're looking to try something new or there is something very specific that you're looking for to pair with your food, we got your back. Welcome back, beer lovers. Thank you for spending the next few minutes with us. As I said in the intro, my name is Eddie and
This is Ben's.
And if you saw the previous episode, you will know that this is the guy that got me started on this journey of being a beer connoisseur. So go ahead, check out that episode. It's probably showing up somewhere around here now if you haven't. But we have tasted many beers from all over the world. And on this channel, that's what I do. I taste and sample beers and give you my most honest opinion. And today we're going to share with you our most honest opinion about them and give you some great ideas to pair them with your food, just like the one you're about to watch. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon down there so you're notified every time I release a new beer review video. And if you like the video, we like the thumbs up. So Benz, we just kind of like came out of the summer. We had a great tasting of a great summer beer. So what's the plan right now?
The plan is to harvest an Octoberfest, and let's try one of the best breweries in the U.S. here.
Which is, check it out, my friends, from our gurus out there at Bell's. This is from Bell's. They're Octoberfest. You know, not a lot more to say. You don't need a huge name with that. You just say Octoberfest, right? So here you go. I'll do the honors of.
I will do the honors.
With your Puerto Rican...
trusty Puerto Rican bottle opener.
The trusty Puerto Rican bottle opener that hasn't broken in like almost 20 years.
And it's a miracle I haven't lost it yet.
Yeah. So check it out. We are using our Pilsner flute, which is the glass I recommend you use when you're putting yourself an Oktoberfest. And if you want to get your own set of beer connoisseur TV glasses here, go ahead and pour yourself some of that too. Check out the description below, see how you can get your own set. Now, where do we always start? Benz knows where we always start, and we start with appearance. And more importantly, what are the three C's of appearance, Benz?
They are color, clarity, and carbonation.
That's right, my friend.
If I forget, I just look at my bag.
He forgets. He just needs to like somehow find a way to look at the back of his shirt. So, color, nice. Look at that copper. I mean, what do you call that?
It's dark golden copper.
Yeah.
You can see the malt starting to come through.
Absolutely. Look at that. It's like it's like autumn, right? It has that kind of like the sunsetty color there, and very clear. Look at that. Yeah. It's completely see-through right there. And look at those decent action carbonation there. There's a small bubbles, kind of slow, but I would still call that some decent action there.
Lighter than the Weiss beer.
Absolutely, definitely lighter, but you know, you can still, and you saw when I was pouring it, I had to slow down. I mean, look at that head of foam. So
it still has a good head. Yeah,
it still has a good head of foam. A little bit of white, fluffy, but very good retention right there. Look at that. So next, let's try the aromas. Tell you what we're picking up here. Oh yeah, so you can definitely pick up the malt.
Yeah, the malt comes through a lot more.
That malt backbone. Yep. Now it's funny because I'm gonna tell you, I'm cheating here. We cheated here because we had some of this earlier last night. But there's like a spice. I was telling him last night. I was like, I can pick up some sort of a spice on this one. I don't know if it's like some kind of clove or something. But in the aroma, it's a very interesting aroma. It's just, you definitely have that malt, which is the predominant aromas. But there's something there. There's something else there. What else do you think?
Spice. Yeah, it's mild, but it's there.
Yeah, it's kind of like some nice tones under that. So I think I'm ready to enjoy it again.
All right.
Cheers.
Prost.
That is definitely one of the finest Oktoberfest for sure. Oh, and then it has a little more at the end.
Yeah, it has the hops starting to come through at the end.
Yeah.
It starts with the malt and then ends with the hops.
Exactly. So that was exactly what I felt. It was like the first part of the tongue was more syrupy, malty, kind of like even slightly sweeter, and then it comes through, and then towards the end, it gets hoppy, and it has a little bit more of that. What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely gets a little hoppy, but it's still mild, so it's not a really hoppy flavor. It's more of a mellow, malty with a hint of hop flavor.
And that's why you like them so much, right?
These are my favorites. This is my favorite season of the year.
Yes, actually, yeah. So he came to visit, and he came bearing gifts as the three wise men did. So appreciate you, man. So now all this stuff becomes very important when we go to the next piece, which is the part that I say rounds us up as beer connoisseur, which is the food pairing. And we have some feast here that Benz has helped me put together, and he actually made some beer cheese, which is kind of like a classical. You've heard me say this before. If you are not sure what to pair your beer with, go with where the beer is from. Now, obviously, this beer is from Michigan, but it is an Octoberfest, which is from Germany. So I think German food is what we're going to try. So what's the first thing we have here, Ben?
You have some brats.
Bratwurst. Grilled bratwurst, very good.
Yeah.
It's interesting because this beer, it's almost lighter than some of the summer beers, and it's a nice. I like that the pairing. It kind of brought like a sweet taste on the bratwurst that I hadn't tasted before.
Yeah, it's mellow, so it doesn't have the yeast and really like the wheat that the summer beers have as much. So, but the malts, bring out different flavor in the brat than the wheats do.
Absolutely, yeah, man. That was very interesting. It brought different flavors that I hadn't tasted before on that bratwurst. That was interesting. So he made some beer cheese here earlier that with some pretzels. Again, we're going all out. You can see his hat. Like he's got his hat that says October.
That's right.
München. How do you say München in
Octoberfest München, which is
yeah.
Munich.
Munich, yes. So I'm sure we're bastardizing the way they say it, but we have some pretzels with some beer cheese here. So we'll tell you how this pairs here very nice. Like I said, Benz did this beer cheese, and it's delicious. Again, it's a different pairing. The malt, the cheese is salty, right? So the malt kind of cleanses that, in your mouth. Because if you were just eating this beer cheese, you couldn't probably go 2 or 3 bites without needing something, right?
Because it is, cheesy and salty and heavy. So, you want to wash it down with something refreshing. And, the Oktoberfest is a perfect beer for that.
I agree. Good stuff. And that's the whole point about doing these pairings. It's you want to enjoy your food, you want to enjoy your beer, and that's the whole experience. I love eating and I love beer, right? So that's the whole experience right there.
Yeah, and then these are nice mellow beers, so you want some nice mellow flavors, nothing too spicy here.
Exactly.
Salty, obviously, the cheese and brats and sausages is really good mouth flavor to pair with Oktoberfest.
Very, very good. Yes, so, there you have it. I mean, I think if you want to go for a full meal, I think roasted, birds, let's just say. So roasted chicken, roasted turkey are also still good ideas to pair here. But definitely this was great, man. Thank you for making this beer cheese, which we're gonna continue enjoying here after we get off the camera here. So, you know, you can always trust me to leave you a great recommendation as far as the dessert pairing, and I'm not going to disappoint you today. So check out the description below. Look at that description. Now, that concludes today's lesson, but we would love to hear, have you ever had Bell's Octoberfest? And if you had, please leave some comments below. Let us know what you think, or what you think of the video, because, you know, having a guest in the studio really makes it a lot more lively, and having my dear friends here, really it's a treat. So we hope we have helped you increase your beer knowledge as we all continue on this journey of becoming beer connoisseurs. And I encourage you to be on the lookout over the next few days when we release another great beer review video. And until then,
cheers. Thanks for having me, Eddie.
Thank you, man. Enjoy. And then the music comes up, dance a little bit. Perfect.